Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of me, David Wintzer. For those of you that don't know, I'm a residential general contractor in Park City, where we've accumulated $20 million worth of work in the first 24 months of being in business. And my goal with this channel is to simply share with you the things we're doing from a business standpoint in construction. That being said, today I want to talk about communication. Just letting people know what's happening, period. Just communicate. Communicate your schedule, communicate your budget, communicate your staffing, communicate details, just communicate. I had a subcontractor get upset at me today, and he was upset at the fact that he had asked us to do something before they came back next time. And I said, absolutely, we'll have it done, I promise you. And I said, when are you coming back? And he said, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I said, okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks. So a week later was today. And his guy showed up, and the detail wasn't done. We hadn't done what we said we would do. And so we didn't finish what we told him we would do. That is accurate. But we had 2 weeks to do it. And we had already communicated with the subcontractor that needed to do that scope of work that they had 2 weeks to get this done, but we needed it done just before to make sure that when these guys came back on this date, we would have it. So when this guy showed up, he was upset. And I said to him, why? Well, I didn't know you were coming today. And his response was, well, I had someone cancel this morning, so I sent the guys to your job. Well, how is that my problem? I didn't know that. Had you communicated with me last night or this morning and said, hey, can the guys come up? Is that detail done? I would have said, no, don't send your guys. Or if you called me the night before and said, I have an opening in my schedule, I would have called my other contractor and said, hey, can you get over there by the morning, get this done? These guys will be there around noon. Simple conversation, text message, email, phone call, whatever you want it to be. It's a simple interaction, transaction of communication, of language to let people know what's happening. And that's a simple way to make sure that your job runs effectively, because this guy sent 2 people from his crew to drive about an hour to our job site, not letting me know that it happened. And then that crew got there and that crew had to go somewhere else. And at the end of the day, it wasn't our fault because we had the time frame to do it right. And had you communicated earlier, we would have done it right. And so as a general contractor, if you're a subcontractor out there, this is extremely important. I communicate with my subcontractors where I'm at in my schedule. Hey, I'm 2 weeks out. Hey, I'm 1 week out. Oh my gosh, hey, something happened. This item was delayed. I'm gonna have to bump you a couple weeks. But I communicate it. I don't let them get there and say, I'm not ready for you. That's the difference. You communicate in real time what's happening, what's the future, what's the projected schedule, what's going on a weekly, monthly basis at your job that your subcontractors needed to know about. So if you're a subcontractor, you need to communicate with the GC as well, because that individual sent a group of guys an hour to us to have them hang out, get on the phone, dink around, and then who knows, they probably stopped at the gas station and got a drink on their way home and this and that. Those guys were gone for probably 3 hours of the day. And so he's paying guys to get no productivity on his jobs. He paid people to go somewhere and do nothing for 3 hours of the day. That's like 40% of their day they spent doing nothing, and the guy paid him for it. So if you're a subcontractor, recognize that this is money out of your pocket, and you're getting frustrated at the general contractors. But if you just communicate, now it's a different story if the general contractor isn't communicating as well. But if you just communicate what you need, what's going on, when guys will be there, how many guys, what's going to happen, what needs to be done, then you've done your job. And if the general contractor still isn't ready or doesn't do this and they don't do their job, well, then maybe you don't want to work for that contractor anymore. You want to work with more professional people like us. And we make mistakes too. I'm not tooting my own horn, but the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to communicate with you my schedule, period. I'm going to let you know what happens. I'm a communicator. So make sure you're communicating the things that are happening on your job sites. It's so important. I don't care if you're a subcontractor or if you're a general contractor, like, don't waste other people's time, and especially don't pay people for their time to do nothing and drive to a job site that's not even ready for them. So that being said, as you can tell, I'm heated. I'm worked up right now. So I'll leave you at that. Over communicate. Truly, if I can attest, the number one thing to our success in the construction industry, it's going literally from $0, no resume, no money, no nothing. We went from 0 to $20 million. And I can credit literally the number one thing is our level of communication. The level at which we communicate with every single person on the job, homeowners, architects, designers, employees, and subcontractors. We communicate the hell out of the status of what's going on. It's what we do. And that is literally the number one contributor. So if you take one piece away from this, it's that, communication it's the top dog, because it literally has made us the amount of money we've made in 2 years. So that's all I got for you. You can go over to freeconstructiontemplates.com to get a downloadable version of things that we're using in our company, things like Excel spreadsheets for estimating jobs, client proposals, 3-week look ahead schedules, and all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.